Hello friends, welcome to the rental. I thought I'd get on here and do a summary, a reflection, a update on how my first week with a personal trainer has gone and just talk about the process. So today is Tuesday. I'm coming up on my meeting with her. I meet with her every Wednesday. So I've gone for most of the first week. And the first week was a lot of just get to know you, set things up, talk about what our goals are, take pictures, that sort of thing. And every week I will have a list of goals to do. It's actually from here up. These are all goals, weekly goals I have. The first goal is hydration, which isn't really a big deal for me because I've been having issues with dehydration for a while now, so I'm very conscious about how much I drink. I think the big change for me has been she doesn't let me count carbonated beverages as hydration. So I was drinking Zevias, which are a no sugar soda substitute, but she's like, that doesn't count. So just a little bit of adjustment in my thinking, but it wasn't that hard to do. The next one is sleep. And I've been tracking my sleep for a while because I've had a long history of insomnia. So I've been using the app called Rise, and it was very helpful. It helps you learn the best time to take your melatonin. It informs you about your circadian rhythm when you're going to be having lows and highs during the day. Encourages you to set a bedtime and wake up time and that sort of thing. So I've been aware of my sleep for a while now. I get anxiety and I think I'm not getting enough sleep. So having something tracking my sleep and telling me, yeah, even if you didn't sleep well, you did get sleep is very comforting and helpful to me. But I've been doing the Rise thing for almost a year now. And I'm come to realize I really just care about the sleep debt, and I can set up a little spreadsheet and sheets to track that. And it basically tells you if I do best on 9.5 hours over the last 2 weeks, what's my average been if I'm running low. And so I have that set up and I've been doing pretty well. She was more specific, like saying, okay, this is when your phone bedtime's going to be, this is your actual bedtime, and this is your consistent wake time. So that's been a little bit different for me. Even before I met with her, for like a week before I was talking to her, I was thinking about having a phone bedtime anyways, so it wasn't huge. So I've been able to put my phone down every night except one night. I was waiting up late for some cooking to get done, so I ended up having my phone out with me longer than usual. And I found that I can show up for sleep and I can wake up at a consistent time, but that doesn't guarantee I'll get all my sleep. There's been, I believe, one night I ended up having a migraine in the middle of the night, so I didn't get my full 9.5 hours of sleep. But on average, the rest of the nights I did well. I got that much or more. So the new thing this week for me was to be consistently waking up with an alarm, regardless of how much sleep I got. And it's a minor miracle that I'm waking up 8 o'clock and being able to function. For the longest time, my body was naturally waking up like at 9:30, 10. So it's nice to see that circadian clock being rolled back a little bit. So the next one was mindset. There wasn't a whole lot involved with that this week. It was just lean towards the positive. And there was like one time that I caught myself in negative thinking. And I talked to West and came up with a little card to remind myself. So it says, I'm on a journey. I'm better than I was, and I'm not done yet, because I was discouraged with my body one morning. So that is a helpful reminder. The next one is the curriculum. that she's been giving me, and there was 2 journaling exercises that I was able to complete. Nutrition was kind of vague, but this is the first week, and in this program there's gonna be 6 weeks of education and working on flexibility and just getting a pattern of being in exercise. So the goal really isn't to lose weight. There might be some weight loss, but that's not what we're pushing for. We're just trying to lay a foundation. So this week was focusing on more whole foods and lean meats, eating less processed foods, and having a healthy grocery shop. Well, I've already had for a long time a habit. We meal plan either on Thursday or Friday, and then we go grocery shopping for the week on Saturday. And so this time it was just a matter of looking at the recipes she was recommending, which were basically balanced, higher protein meals, and incorporating some of those recipes into the next week, into our shopping. And it's kind of funny to give me just general guidelines for food. It's like, well, do you even know what I'm doing already? So because the guidelines were so vague, I chose to keep a food journal. So it's just a simple list of things I ate. And in preparation for a meeting tomorrow, I went ahead and highlighted things that I would consider processed, packaged, or convenient, which ended up, there was now 2 times this week we ate out for hamburgers, and it's usually we're busy and we're out and about during a mealtime, and we didn't pack a lunch when we were doing errands, which I don't think most people do. And like today was completely unplanned. I ended up having a flat tire, and we were out dealing with a flat tire at lunchtime, and so we ended up eating out. And then one time I was out with family and I was offered a piece of pizza. I had already eaten, so I had some pizza, but not as much as I would have. And this is like the first week in probably years, literally years, that we actually had a frozen dinner. And once again, it was a matter of I was exhausted, I was tired. I had been dealing with a headache for a long time, and it was what's easy. So it's interesting to look back on it. It'll be interesting to see what she says tomorrow. In terms of exercise, she has an app that assigns me exercises to do. It'll be, ultimately, it's going to be 3 weight training exercise, 3 days of weights and then 2 days of cardio. Right now it's 3 days of flexibility and mobility and then 2 days of cardio. And so, because she didn't have a whole lot of sign for that first week, I ended up just going for walks for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, because I'm like, I'm committing to do exercise Monday through Friday, and so might as well start now, whether she's asking me to do it or not. So I did walks Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then on Monday I did my first mobility, flexibility session, which is just following a video that she provides, and then today was a walk, and then tomorrow before my appointment with her, I'll do another flexibility exercise session. Then she has rest, scheduling a couple hours of me to be just a couch potato, and that felt a little bit weird, but I went ahead and did that. And did that on, Saturday. And organization, which was just make sure you spend time planning your groceries, your meal plans, your shopping times, and making sure that there's time on your schedule for exercises. And then progress tracking. Tomorrow before my appointment with her, I'll do my weigh-in, and I have a smart scale, so it'll give me all the percentages and everything. So overall, for the first week, it seems pretty straightforward. Nothing was like a horrible inconvenience or completely out of my comfort zone. Walking the way that she wanted me to was a little bit tiring. It wasn't just go for a walk for a certain period of time. She called it steady state cardio, or I can't remember exactly the name. So with steady state cardio, she has me do 3 minutes of warm up and then 20 to 30 minutes of elevated heart rate walking. So I downloaded a app that tracks the heart rate zones, on my walk, and I just make sure that I have an elevated heart rate. Nothing high or crazy. It's kind of like I start out just going for a stroll, and then for the majority of my walk, I'm walking with a purpose, and that's enough to get my heart rate up. The first time I did it, I really wanted to quit after 10 minutes. It was very tiring. It wasn't enjoyable. And then today I did it again, and it wasn't horrible. I think I also paced myself a little bit better. I didn't push as hard, but my heart rate was still elevated, so that was good. So we'll see how my check-in goes tomorrow and see what kind of goals I get for the next week. I'm assuming it'll just be these and just building on what we were already talking about. So I'm excited because it's a plan and it seems to be pretty comprehensive. And I don't have to figure it out. And like if I had questions this week, it's like, okay, if Zevias don't count, do other sparkling mineral waters count? Or does kefir count towards hydration? So I was able to text her and get answers pretty quick. So the bummer of this week was I spent several days with a headache. And I've been dealing with chronic migraines for a long time, and this new medicine seems to be helping a lot, but it doesn't seem to be dealing with headaches before and after my period. So there's some tweaking that needs to happen with my medication. But the nice thing was with the 8 o'clock wake up time, I have it so that once I get myself ready, and basically as soon as I finish my breakfast, then I do my exercise. And except for one of those days where the headache hit in the middle of the night, most of the time the headaches were later in the day. So I was still able to get my exercise in and be active, which gives me a sense of accomplishment, which is always a good thing. So that is my update on my exercise and fitness and nutrition journey. I hope you've had a wonderful week and you too have a direction that you're heading in on purpose with grace. So until next time, have a wonderful day and feel free to like and subscribe.